Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
Got your attention?
Damn!
Happy Thursday, everybody. It's Thursday night sweet chin music. We've got Pop, me Beckerman, Comic Viking, and the immortal one, Biggie. Shaq, how are you guys doing tonight?
Great. Fantastic. How are you guys doing?
Come on, Biggie, where's the energy?
I'm just being short and quick, man. I don't want to jump in too much, but it's been a good week in wrestling. I enjoyed the last last Raw. A lot of tabloids going around. Some good shit's going on, man. So I'm excited for tonight's show.
Well, I know the topic you're excited on. Why don't you start us off, Biggie, and tell us about Bo Dallas?
Okay, so Bray Wyatt, the passing WrestleMania, and then you see this. I always forget the fucking name. Mr. Hattie, where the fuck his name is? What is it? Help me out here, Becker.
Uncle Howdy.
Uncle Howdy, right. So it was hard telling what was going on. Then you see Braun Strowman kind of brought his gimmick back. He did a little entrance like, oh, I'm back being Braun Strowman kind of deal. I was like, oh, maybe that's Uncle Howdy, and then started hearing people talking, and little Bo Dallas, I was like, oh, yeah, that's Bray's brother, that kind of makes sense. And, it's Bo Dallas. And the thing about Bo Dallas is he's extremely talented. He could work very well. He's smart in ring psychology wise. He's kind of one of those guys that can make something out of nothing, and I appreciate those guys. So maybe, I think it's gonna be a pretty big deal, dude.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
And Beckerman leaves.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, Papa. There he is.
My computer is having major issues. Just heads up.
All right. You lock it up.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I could hear you the entire time. I never left backstage. So
okay.
Yeah, the last thing I said was I'm pretty excited about it. Last week I thought we might be doing throwback wrestling because that's what we kind of said, but I don't mind doing new topics too, And
we really need to get on the same page, but I will bring up a throwback topic at the end.
All right.
Just because I thought of it while we were all kind of chatting before we went live, which is where I get some of my ideas at. Comic Viking, I know you don't know a lot about Bo Dallas. We were kind of telling you about him beforehand. Yeah. Do you think though? Now would be the time to bring him back. You just had a Bray Wyatt documentary come out.
I think this is the best time to. I didn't see Bray Wyatt do a whole lot inside the ring, but apparently he had an impact and a very large one. So any kind of offshoot of that, especially when you have someone that's talented and can work, then it's gonna, all he's got to do is get over with the fans. And honestly, it feels like he's already done it. So if he's already gotten over with the fans, and it's perfect timing now.
He'll never have more goodwill with the fans than he does right now. If you bring him in, you probably bring him in as a baby face, I would think. Unless he's going to maybe pick up where Bray left off with the spooky stuff, which I'll be honest, wasn't my favorite part of the Bray Wyatt stuff. I'm not a big fan, unless you're The Undertaker or Kane, I'm not a big fan of magic in wrestling, or supernatural stuff, or grown men afraid of puppets. That was my biggest issue with
hey, that's a thing, Wyatt. Man. That's a thing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Randy Orton should never pretend he's unnerved or scared of a puppet. I had that.
Randy Orton is a clown for many different reasons.
I know. Oh, you probably have a bit of a grudge with Randy Orton, don't you?
I hate Randy Orton.
I figured. And it has to do with the Marines, I'm going to bet?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not touching that one, my friend.
But I will give him his chops. He is a very, very talented wrestler and has made a great career for himself in WWE. He is.
For those who don't know, Alan is a Marine.
And so. Randy Orton is an ex-Marine.
Correct. Which we learned more about in that A&E biography, which, you know, aired a month or so ago, and I thought was really well done. WWE let him tell his story, but with a heavy disclaimer at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah. But I'm excited to see this Bo Dallas or Uncle Hootie.
I don't know what we're gonna call. I would prefer if he just went by Taylor Rotunda.
I mean, that would work for me. Rotunda. That name sounds.
He's going to be Howdy. You think, Pop?
Okay,
that's what they've been kind of teasing, isn't it?
So Rotunda. Who was his dad?
IRS.
Ah, that's it. Okay, that's it. Okay.
And his dad was tag team partners
with
no, but also earlier with Barry Windham.
Barry Windham, yeah,
who would be Bray and Taylor's
U.S. Express
maternal uncle. So their mother's brother, which makes them the grandchildren of Blackjack Mulligan, which is why Bray Wyatt's real name, his shoot name, is Wyndham Rotunda. So he has the last name of his mother's, or the first name. His first name is his mother's family's last name.
Wow.
Which makes him the most pro wrestler ever. Named Wyndham Rotunda. Two different wrestling families produced a kid. No, several children, actually.
So I'm excited to see it.
All right. Well, Pop, do you have anything you want to add about Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy, whatever we're calling Boy Howdy? Do you have an opinion? Me personally, I could do without the spooky stuff. I think it's pretty obvious based on the vignettes that they're going to be doing the spooky stuff. So, and I'm sure it'll involve what's her face. God, now I'm not going to come up with it.
Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Strowman, obviously.
Alexa Bliss couldn't. She doesn't belong anywhere around wrestling. She just doesn't belong.
Well, she's another Ohioan that I fully support.
Are you going to make Pop come through this?
Pretty good.
Pops, there's plenty of boobs to look at, bro. You don't need her.
And I'm sorry, I interrupted Biggie Shaq. Biggie.
Yeah, we did. Sorry,
Alexa
Biggie.
Bliss.
Oh, I just said she's another Ohioan. I fully support. She does well.
She is. That is right. Yeah, you keep track of your Ohio natives, don't you, Biggie?
Yeah, in wrestling, I try to keep up with it a little bit. There's not a lot of us, but there's a few. They do well, though. They do well.
Who's your biggest one from Ohio?
I mean, of all time, I don't even know like the old ones that well, but like wrestling right now, it's probably, I mean, it's either Ambrose or Miz.
Yeah.
So I go Miz.
Is Dolph from Ohio?
I think so. I like Dolph a lot too, but as of right now, it's either Miz or Ambrose for me.
Okay, Alexa Bliss, Dean Ambrose, Mox, whatever you call him.
Al Snow, but he don't wrestle no more. Who's some of the older ones? I'm not sure about the older ones. There wasn't a ton of them before. We got more now.
I'd have to look it up.
I think Ohio Valley Wrestling kind of helped.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that one.
I didn't know.
Like I said, there's not. Yeah, there's not a ton of us, but some.
So she's coming back. Is that guaranteed, or is it just a rumor?
I think it's pretty well implied that she's coming back. But we'll see when it happens. The wrestling draft is coming up.
Yeah.
So do you think we'll get any big NXT come-ups? Pop, I know you're probably going to have the info on that. I would say I'm interested to see this next crop. I know Dragunov's probably not coming up for another year since he's champ right now, but what I've seen of him, I really liked. I also liked Carmelo Hayes of what I've seen of him. He's pretty good. I really want Braun Breaker to get the big push now. Like, let's push Braun Breaker.
She's a great wrestler.
Man, she's a great. Yeah, just don't. Boys. Pop, if you ain't fighting with Biggie Shaq, you're fighting with the Viking now. My goodness. I'm beginning to think it's you, buddy. Biggie, our next topic, Rhea Ripley's injury. How bad does this hurt the women's division?
Well, I don't know if y'all noticed the last time I talked about her, but I'm kind of over the Rhea Ripley shit. Like, she's good, she's talented, but at some point, the new car smell wears off. And she's just a little fucking obnoxious to me.
The new car smell.
Yeah.
He got me on that one. He got
The new car smell.
That was
that's like who else recently is getting old too. We were just talking about somebody like that. But yeah, I don't know, man. I some people get hurt. How did she get hurt? Was it her leg or knee? It was her knee, right?
No, her arm.
Her arm, okay. Well, she's got
Apparently,
some
Papa
guns.
said that when Liv attacked her, she hit the wall wrong and messed
You think
up
it's
her
a
arm.
You think it's a gimmick injury or it's real? Because
No,
I'm
it's
not sure
real.
with these girls. It's real,
She's
okay.
legit injured. She did a
Yeah, because if it was a gimmick,
wall
she wouldn't.
spot.
I don't think she'd give up the. They wouldn't have her give up the title.
Okay. No, I'm not real big on her. I'm kind of getting over it, and the whole screaming and the whole the entrance she had in Mania with her little emo band, and I was hoping that the chick, the redhead, would beat her, and that didn't happen.
Becky
So
Lynch.
she got
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
rooting for Becky too. Rhea Ripley
Yeah.
actually is the only wrestler aside from Logan Paul to retain their title.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right, from
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania.
Everyone else, the title changed hands, and
Well, to
one
be
title
fair, the
changed hands
tag-
twice.
The tag titles were already up for grabs.
No, they weren't.
Oh, because Judgment Day.
Judgment
had
Day
to
was
put
in
them
that
up.
match.
Yeah, they were in the match. Okay, so yeah.
But like we stated beforehand, we thought that Judgment Day was going to lose so that Priest could use his Money in the Bank and win one of the titles.
Oh, okay.
Pop
As a
says
baby
Rhea will
face?
return as a babyface. I mean, that's the smart play because she's so over with the crowd. And here's going to be one of the rare ones. You guys write this down on your calendar. April 18th. I usually don't have I don't go against Biggie Shaq often, but this is one of those moments. I'm a Rhea Ripley guy. I think she's the best women's wrestler on the planet right now. She is your franchise player. You build around her. And she is so ridiculously over with the crowd that she needs to be a babyface because it put everybody in an awkward position because we were supposed to be cheering Becky, but that crowd was predominantly Rhea.
Yep. And I like Liv Morgan a little.
That makes one of us.
But I know, shut up. But I mean, Rhea Ripley is I'm just glad they had her beat Nia Jax. I still hate her.
I'm not sure I'm going to give her the best women's wrestler. I mean, are we forgetting Charlotte Flair hasn't had the belt longer and more times than any of them females? As far as I could tell, she's probably still the best.
No.
Okay. I just had to say it. I I had to put it out there because I didn't hear it, so I just said it. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, and I will agree with Biggie on this. Charlotte's great, and pre-Rhea, Charlotte was my number one. Okay. But I'm on Team Rhea right now. I've just been enjoying her matches. She is freaky strong. She gets wrestling. She understands psychology with the crowd, and there ain't nothing she can't do in the ring. She is a physical specimen.
Wait, where is Charlotte Flair?
She's just been chilling. Yeah. I do want to say, like, I agree with you on the Braun Breaker thing, dude. That guy is amazing, bro. Like, I am really getting into Braun.
Yeah, he's the future, and I don't know what they're waiting for on him. I mean, if you don't think he can carry the mic, then you get him a manager and you make him your badass that comes in and wrecks people. I want to see more of him.
I will say this: I've been enjoying the female matches better than the male matches. The female card right now, the roster that WWE has is one of the best it's had in years.
Yeah,
they should be proud of how progressed they've gotten. Yeah, they've done really well with that. You're right.
I enjoy their women's matches. I would love for them to be able to get like 2 or 3 of the women wrestlers from AEW I like a Chris Statlander would be great in WWE right now. She might need to go to NXT for a bit, but yeah, she needs to get the hell out of AEW. Probably Anna Jay, just because, I mean, that gal's got the look. And Julia Hart. Don't you agree, Papa? Julia Hart needs to get the hell out of AEW. She is wasting her time there. And they're going to end up hurting her. So anyway, that's my daughter is that? That's my stance. Julia Hart, she's not related to anybody, is she? I think she was a former cheerleader. Or that was her gimmick with the varsity squad or whatever.
So her that's not her real name. That's just her.
No, she's not a Hart family member. No. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on the women's wrestling. It's awesome in WWE, and if you're in AEW and you're competent, you should get the hell out of there.
I wanted to see more of the Rhea stuff, though. I did, and her leaving, and now it's all up in the air. And honestly, I'm just wondering what they're going to do with Jade Cargill. Is that how you say it?
Yep. Jade Cargill.
Yeah, that woman's a monster. Jesus.
Push her to the moon. She's
Is it going to go to the moon, though?
Well, we'll
one
find
of these
out,
days. One of these days, Alice, boom, pow, straight to the moon.
What do you think the ceiling is on Jade Cargill, Biggie? Do you think you can push her as a world champ in WWE?
Oh, the black and white chick, the one that's like a Hollywood actress chick.
Yeah, the Storm.
Oh, dude. Oh, she's fucking money. She's by far leaps and bounds the only good female wrestler from AEW.
Against her, she doesn't talk a whole lot.
Now so she ain't going to keep. I'm sorry, Viking. Go ahead.
No, you're good. It's just she doesn't talk a lot. Can she get over without saying anything?
Well, I think that her promo's good. I just don't think that she's going to be able to keep up physically with the girls. But she is definitely the top tier at AEW for female. But that's all I had. I just want to point out she ain't going to be able to keep up with the other girls.
Pop, please highlight DJ Wise's comment.
She's still green as grass.
She is. But they can work around that. They've got the people that they have good wrestlers. You know what I mean? So you can shine her up. You can make her look like $1 million.
Well, I think that's what they're doing with
Jade.
Bianca Belair.
No, Bianca knows how to wrestle.
No, that's what they're doing with Bianca. Bianca Belair is helping out Jade. That's what I meant there.
But the right opponents will get Jade over. Yeah, I thought that WrestleMania match did exactly what it needed to. It protected the the stuff she's weak at, which is wrestling. But she looked like $1 million. Biggie said it best. She's money. That lady is money. She looks like everything you would ever. She's the female Hogan
for their organization. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's in WWE.
She's
now. We
WWE
consider
now.
her.
Oh, you're talking about Bianca now. I'm sorry.
No, we're talking about Jade Cargill.
Jade made
her. Still. Oh, she's in WWE now. I didn't know that.
Yeah, she made her appearance at the Royal Rumble.
Oh, holy shit.
Pop, leave him alone. Jesus.
What the fuck, Pop?
Exploded.
I haven't done shit to Pop the whole show.
Bro.
Yeah, all right, Pop.
Well, you were talking about her at WrestleMania, though. She was the one dressed as Storm.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't me.
Oh, I thought that was. Oh, maybe it was Bleecker.
Yeah.
Bleecker
I missed that
and
part.
K-pop were obsessed with her because she cosplayed as Storm from the comic books.
Okay, I'm off screen now. Pop pissed me off.
Pop, what did you do, Pop?
I'm tired of him.
Did he write something?
Okay, I don't know what he's doing. I'm good, guys. Continue on. I got some other shit we could talk about once y'all get all your shit out. I got some things.
Well, let's move on. We've talked about women's wrestling enough. Biggie, what would you like the topic?
Okay. Let's see. The Bloodline, dude. We're gonna get Bloodline Civil War. Is this pissing you off, Pop? We're gonna get some Bloodline Civil War, dude. So, yeah, man. Like, I'm excited to see these Samoan. It baffles me because I would have thought that The Rock would have been like, okay, here's the story, guys. We're gonna give Cody the strap, and then we're gonna get a big pay-per-view with me and Cody. But maybe, just maybe, he really wants to be the head of the table, which means something. It don't mean much. It don't mean you're a champ. It don't mean, you're the head of this family, this supposed family. But it will be interesting. Like, yeah, right. He ain't really related to it a lot of the cases, but yeah, Roman's family. It's going to be fun. What was it? Takoa? I don't know any of their fucking names, but I know that some. Yeah, it's the guys coming in are talented. It looks like it's going to be an all Samoan thing, and I don't know, man. I'm excited for it. So that's what I wanted to bring up.
I think they're wasting a golden opportunity for Solo Sikoa to branch out. I really think he could be the star of that entire cast that you got there. I mean, obviously Uso wasn't it. That's why they kicked his butt. And yeah. Tonka Takoa, no.
Yeah,
Tama
Tatonga, I believe is how you
say it. Whatever.
And his father is Fatu, who we all remember.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Who is booking the Bloodline story?
Well, Triple H.
Probably The Rock. Yeah. Exactly. I gotta be.
They're gonna shove it down our throats, and honestly, I don't think it's gonna do anything.
Oh, Roman. Okay, Roman's running the book on that, huh?
I don't think the Bloodline thing is gonna take off. I think the Bloodline Civil War is just gonna be an afterthought, and it's gonna be
too little, too late. It only matters with the strap, right? Like that's the thing that baffles me.
Pretty much, I think that's the only reason the Bloodline was actually important in the WWE. It's the only reason they have purpose is because Roman had the belt.
You know what I would like to see for a storyline? I want to see Rock lose his fake title that he gave himself, and then the next night come out with another fake title that he gives himself.
Actually,
he's having a series.
The title he's
of
carrying
him
around
losing
now.
titles he creates.
Well, they're going to create a head of the table title, of course.
There you go.
The title he's carrying around now was given to him by Ali's widow. I agree, but
go ahead. We're listening.
That's where he got it.
Yeah, he got it from how about this little factoid, okay? So good old Stone Stunner Steve Austin just wasn't quite paid enough to make it. It was supposed to be him. It was supposed to be him instead of Taker.
Well,
Y'all know that, right?
Well, who do you think's making more money from their WWE royalties? Stone Cold or Undertaker?
Taker.
No.
Oh, I don't know. That's close. Yeah, it's hard to
No.
tell.
Stone Cold, they've said it. Stone Cold is the most profitable
His
wrestler.
T-shirt still
Yep.
sells.
Yeah, 316.
Yeah,
Okay.
So yeah, if I was him, yeah, man, you're gonna pay me. I think Undertaker was bored, and that's why he came out. So,
I don't know. It's a little weird.
You know,
I don't know how
one
to
thing
call
we
it.
do know is how much The Rock was paid. We
Okay.
just saw that in the financial section last week, was it?
how much?
So about a week ago in the Wall Street Journal, I read an article about Dwayne
it was like $8 billion.
Johnson.
800 billion. How much
Yeah,
was it?
It was 9, I believe. 9 million
Okay.
in a stock transfer. It's a publicly traded company, so they have to record that. And that was his compensation for the lead up and both nights of WrestleMania. So basically, what, 3 months worth of work, 4 months worth of work, and he got paid $9 million. So everybody needs to go ask for a raise on Monday.
Totally didn't deserve it.
I didn't think so either.
I mean, did he bring $9 million worth of advertising to WrestleMania? No. Probably more so than that.
Yeah, he probably did.
Guys, come on. You
I'm not
cannot
arguing
like Dwayne. I'm not a fan of Dwayne. We know that. But you have to admit the guy's reach is there. So, you know, the fact that my mom knew The Rock was at WrestleMania, and my mom hates wrestling.
Okay.
Touche.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I don't want him to be the highest paid fucking wrestler though. Like he definitely ain't the. I don't know if he's the reason. I don't know, dude. Okay, so if was he more than 50% of why the revenue came in, or how big of a percentage you giving him there, Becker? For overall why we got the revenue, how big of a percentage?
What do I think he generated in interest level? Like, how many people do I think bought Peacock, or as I like to call it, Peacock? I bet it's around that, maybe more.
50?
No, more than 9 million. More than the 9 million they paid.
Oh, absolutely. But I'm saying, like, the other guys, he got paid for 3 months more than all these other guys made in a fucking year, bro. I don't know if he deserves that.
And let's be clear here too. He wasn't paid 9 million in cash. He was given $9 million worth of stock, and that's not the same thing because that doesn't cost Endeavor $9 million. Let's remember that.
No, but that's worth more.
It could be. It could be if WWE's stock continues to rise, but it could be worth less tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Don't forget about that lawsuit. They're going to end up paying her.
So I'm just saying, it's not the same as getting a big bag of cash of $9 million.
It's because he doesn't need the money.
It's just another feather in the cap for The Rock. The Rock gets what he wants. I get it. Yeah, The Rock. Fuck me. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like him either, Big.
He's old.
But I did find the amount interesting. You know, Biggie and I were talking before the show about old school wrestling type guys like Rip Rogers. And then earlier we talked about guys like Mike Rotunda and Barry Windham. And even Blackjack Mulligan. If you had sat all those guys down in like 1981 and told them that in the year 2024 somebody was going to get paid $9 million for 4 months worth of work, do you think that one of them or more of them would have heart attacks?
Yeah.
Well, Hogan was getting $1 million back in like '85, so I don't know. They might believe it.
Which in today's
$1 million for what?
Like,
a year?
What, about 3.5 million?
A match.
Oh, per match?
Yeah, I saw this thing. One Man Gang was talking to a pretty good shoot. It was like a shoot
King Kong
YouTube.
Bundy.
Yeah, King Kong Bundy. It was WrestleMania what 4 or something like that, where it was King Kong Bundy in the cage.
Too.
And the guy that was talking to King Kong said, "Well, what do you think Hogan got paid? Maybe 50,000, 100,000?" He said, "Oh no." He said he got $1 million. That was in the 80s. I don't doubt it because Warrior got like almost $1 million, and he didn't do half the shit Hogan did. So
In
Hogan's
figure,
bag
$1
was
million
deep.
then is $3 million now.
Yeah.
So
that's for the pay-per-view matches, not every match, just like Mania or something.
Yeah.
right. I got what you meant. So yeah, I mean it's. I guess it doesn't seem as much as it did maybe 5 minutes ago to me because you're right. There were guys getting huge paydays even in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's still a lot of money. A lot of money that we can all agree he's not worth. Maybe Papa does. I don't know. I'm not a Rock fan. Let's move on. We promised some retro wrestling talk. I'm going to deliver it. We've talked a lot about the bloodline. Let's talk about another legacy family. Let's talk about the Harts. Alan mentioned before the show he's getting through some of the older wrestling documentaries, and he watched the Dark Side of the Ring on Owen Hart. I don't want to focus on the negative. Let's just talk about the heyday of the Hart family. They had the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, Dark Side of the Ring a few weeks ago. And again, I don't want to focus on the bad part, but who was your favorite Hart family member? You can go back to Stu if you want. Let's go around the horn. We'll start with the Viking.
It's hard to say because I disliked Owen in the beginning, but he was starting to, once Brett left, you started to see him climb, and you didn't get to see the pinnacle of his, or what his career could have been, even though I don't think he was going to be in it as long as Brett. But it's really hard between Brett and Owen. But I would if you want to just say overall, whether not pinnacle career or not, I want to say Owen.
Okay.
I think he's more technically sound.
Okay, so I didn't know this, but when I watch WrestleMe YouTube stuff, I don't know if y'all heard about them on YouTube. It's called WrestleMe, and they're from Britain. So I've been catching up on a lot of Britain. They called him Davy Boy back then, or something like. Yeah, and he was a skinny guy. Believe it or not, the British Bulldog was a teeny tiny guy at one point, and he was like a little
teenage. To the 70s, the late 70s,
way back. Yeah, way back. And he was kind of like the big-hearted little young chap guy, and very charming. And it wasn't until he got to WWF where you got the big bolo, muscular British Bulldog guy. But I mean, Bret Hart, if it wasn't for like the way he's always up and, I mean, he loves himself some Bret Hart. Just get that out of the way. Bret Hart loves himself some Bret Hart, which is fine. You should love yourself. I get it. If I was Bret Hart, I'd love myself too. And, all of Canada loves Bret Hart. And that's perfectly fine too. So I have a soft spot for Owen. We will not know how great Owen could have been. That's the only damn problem with this conversation. Like Owen never got used right. His potential was crazy. He might have been funner to watch than Brett. I don't know, dude. I gotta go Brett. I mean, and I don't want to throw a kink in the thing, But we should add the people that got trained in the dungeon, dude. Like Benoit is definitely an extension of sorry, what are you saying, Viking?
I mean, that's what he said. I think he even meant that.
No, I never
Did you
said
mean
the
the people trained in?
But you can go. I meant the Hart family. I was actually thinking Brian Pillman I might have added in too, but
well, I would say
Jim Neidhart or Davey Boy are both fair. The son-in-laws definitely can be involved.
I would bring up Benoit, but really he got a lot of his training from Japan wrestling too. But that's a whole nother story. But yeah, like I probably enjoyed Bret Hart a lot, even though Owen, there's a chance Owen could have been better. I will say that. And Bret Hart Bulldog was fun as fuck too. I think one of the greatest matches I ever saw was a WCW match with the Bulldog and Lord Steven Regal, and they just did old school British style wrestling the whole match, and it was tremendous. It was one of my favorite matches. So yeah, Bret Hart, some of his matches he's phenomenal. That's my pick.
Can I have a caveat? Biggie reminded me of something. Another reason why I believe Owen more than Bret, because Owen could play the different parts. He may not have liked some of the parts and some of the storylines he had to follow, but he played them perfectly. He did them perfectly and got over with every single one of them.
Okay. My turn?
Yes.
I'm a little mad at Biggie Shaq. I guess this is the night we have heat, because I was going to be the sly one that went around the back and picked British Bulldog. And then he had to talk the Bulldog up and use all of my points. So Biggie tonight, I don't know. I'm writing it on the calendar. You're killing me tonight, Biggie. You're killing me. Biggie's so for me as a kid, if you asked me as a kid, you asked me 5 years ago, 2 weeks ago, it was probably Bret Hart. But Bret's wore out his welcome with me. I can't do the shoot interviews anymore. I get it. Goldberg shortened your career. Stop talking about it for the love of God, because you're making me root against you. British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, is now that I've been getting into his early work. Whoo, man,
it was great.
That guy was slick.
He was slick, yeah.
And he pulled off white guy dreadlocks too, by the way. Or the braids, I mean, the corner.
The white guy.
He pulled it off.
Cornrows.
Yeah,
he had the braids. He looked good.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that the Davey Boy I knew later on, when he was all blowed up and battling back injuries and stuff, his heart wasn't in it. He had drug issues. He had his demons he was battling. That wasn't early 80s Bulldog. The British Bulldogs, Davey Boy and Dynamite. Holy crap, they were amazing.
That was a great tag team.
Okay, hold on. Let me caveat like my boy Viking did. So check this out. Okay, what's a better match? The Intercontinental Bulldog versus Bret Hart, or the brother Owen Hart versus Bret Hart with in WrestleMania? Which is the best Hart match out of those two?
Bret versus Owen's the best.
Before we answer, I think Bret lost both of those.
Yeah, Bret is good at putting people over. He's not bad at that.
But
especially if he's related to them.
Oh, there you go. He wants to get his family over, which is money, so I get it.
I'm gonna have to go with Owen and Bret, just because I think Owen's a better wrestler than Davey Boy Smith.
There's only one problem with Owen versus Bret. Is that after the match, Owen had the biggest fucking booger in the history of wrestling. That's the only. It would have been the greatest match ever, but he had that giant snot logger on his fucking face. So I don't know.
You're seriously resting this on some snot hanging from a dude's nose.
I got to, man. It was a bad visual.
You want to talk about somebody being wronged by Shawn Michaels? We always bring up Bret Hart, but how many people remember when he last minute changed the ending of his match with British Bulldog, where Bulldog was supposed to win the European title at a pay-per-view. And because they didn't tell Bulldog that he was going to lose until Shawn changed his mind an hour before the match, in the build-up, in the go-home show before it, British Bulldog dedicated that match to his sister, who ended up dying like months after, because she was battling terminal illness. And he dedicated his upcoming fight for that European strap to her. And then Michaels makes him look like an asshole by beating him.
Yeah.
And then dropping the title to Triple H, I think.
Yeah, immediately. Right.
Oh, man. You know, I know Michaels is a different man now. And I'm going to, once again, every week, I like to quote Jim Cornette on something. But isn't it amazing how MFers are always finding Jesus when there's nobody left that'll talk to them?
Pretty much.
Wow.
I mean, Michaels screwed over a lot of people.
He did people dirty, and that is super dirty. If somebody dedicates their upcoming match that they're supposed to win to their sister battling terminal disease, cancer, I believe. Yeah, you don't suck, change. HBK. You are a terrible, terrible person.
Especially since Shawn Michaels at that point knew the business and knows it's not about wins and losses.
Yeah.
And he was already over with the crowd. I mean, one loss ain't gonna kill you.
No, he was just at the height of his douchebaggery.
Good factoid.
No. Yeah, anyway. I went on a tangent there and got angry.
I'm not gonna disrespect any of y'all's picks out of the hearts. The British, the Bulldog, I get the whole thing, but I'm not the biggest Bret Hart fan, and I'm pretty nostalgic for some of his matches. He was the excellence of execution, and that was some real deal. People still don't do the second rope jump like he did, dude. Like what? I mean, the guy was pretty good.
And what, everybody who ever wrestled him said that wrestling Bret felt like a night off because, your match.
Yeah, he never hurt nobody.
Crowd, and he never hurt you. He took care of you.
Yeah, never heard of him hurting anybody. Yeah, I don't know. How many people did Stone Cold break? Didn't he break a few necks too before he got his neck broke? Or what? Owen Hart was a big dick, wasn't he?
No,
he was. I'm not sure.
That's the only. I was just about to say that's the only knock on Owen. He did that tombstone so wrong, obviously, and broke Stone Cold's neck.
Yeah,
but the gimmick afterwards worked.
Yeah,
I broke his neck. Kind of fucked up.
You should have probably cut Steve in on that T-shirt sales of Owen 3.
I'm sure they did.
No, he didn't. Didn't? Austin has told that story. He did not get a dime.
Oh.
Yeah, not cool. Not cool. But Owen's no longer with us, so I don't want to take too hefty of a.
Oh no. Yeah, no, I remember the whole story now. So Stone Cold or Owen, me and Becker talked about this. They broke Dan Severn's neck. Right? Oh yeah.
I think it was somebody like that. Is that who it was, Big? It was a Dan Severn got his neck broke?
Yeah, it was the UFC guy.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not good.
That's a bad man, too.
Did he wrestle again?
No, I think he was toast after that.
Some indies, I think, post that. But anyway, Pop, do you got anything else on the topics for tonight? Do you got anything you want to add? I don't know. I feel like we hit a lot of stuff. We had a retro topic. If anybody watching tonight ever wants to be on this show or has a topic for the show, reach out to Papa Wheelie. Let him know. Yeah. Comic Vet Owen 316 says I just broke your neck, and Pop does have something to talk about. What do you got
Okay.
for us, Pop? And while he does that, I'm just checking the chat. Thanks to everybody that always comes out. DJ Wise.
Wise ass.
Backlash.
Yeah.
Wise As. Is that what it is? I couldn't tell if it was Wise As or Wise Arizona. Well, he's got
I recognize him
at the end. He says Backlash beginning of May and then King Queen of the Ring at end of May. Yes, King of the Ring is coming back as a premium live event, and I couldn't be happier. I love King of the Ring.
Yeah, who was the first King of the Ring?
We need Braun Breaker to win King of the Ring.
Hey,
by the way.
Who was the first King of the Ring?
Who was the first King of the Ring? When did Harley race?
King Harley.
I might have been. I remember it went him, Haku, and Hacksaw. Right? It was him. They did a Hacksaw.
Brett.
I don't know.
Brett was the
I'm just
first
guessing.
one.
Brett. Oh, that might have been Brett. Yeah, I'm just guessing. Brett won one.
Oh,
yeah,
wow,
that's right.
One before that.
Okay. I always thought it was Harley.
Oh, I was wrong.
Just guessing.
It was Don Morocco.
Oh, nice.
I didn't know it went back that far.
Don Morocco. Okay, who defeated Iron Sheik. Okay. I always think whenever I hear Don Morocco's name, I picture the old shoot interview Marty Jannetty did about when Iron Sheik got everybody busted for cocaine when he tested positive in the WWF. And
good, Papa, good.
He's like, oh, did the Don Morocco test positive? And it's like, no, just you, Sheik. Well, I don't understand. All those guys were with me.
Oh, I thought you were going to say,
no,
I tested positive. No, but
positive. Good,
he goes, good, very much, very good.
No, positive's bad, Sheik.
Yep. I don't doubt he threw him under the bus. Old Sheiky, man. He kept it real.
Oh, this is what Pop wants. So he wants the Viking versus Biggie.
Uh-oh.
Oh, so I wasn't here that night. You made
I was
Hogan?
Yeah, I was practicing my don't have grudges shit, Pop. Do you really want to do this, bro? Because I'm not in the mood to fucking get in a battle with Viking over Hulk Hogan.
Pop
but
trying
you
to
really
set the fire here.
what the fuck?
You're a pot stirrer.
Shouldn't I be applauded for not even bringing up Hogan one time and he wants to do it? You know what, Papa? I'm not going to talk about Hulk Hogan.
You are absolutely right. Papa, this is your fault. You brought up Hogan first and he didn't.
Yeah.
Boo, Pop.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it because any other night you would tell me no.
It's all good, bro.
Yeah, it's totally fine with me. I'm not going to go on it.
A class act decides
Try to be.
Not to be baited into fighting. You're a ruckus causer, Pop. You are a ruckus causer. Folks, you can catch Alan and I on the Hucklebuck every Tuesday on the Comic Viking channel. I also like to hang out at church on Saturday. One of these days, I'm not going to have anything going on Friday night with my wife, and I'm going to be on the club again because that is a place to be on Friday nights. My boy Biggie Shack, but he can plug that himself. Pop has the 420 sale. Are you part of that, Pop? Yep. Pop will be part of Bleeker and Houdat's 420 sale. Other than that, that's it for me promo and anything I do. Biggie Shack, tell us where they can find you.
Yeah, man. I've been doing a Biggie Shack top 10 commandments for speculation books every week of April. I'm going to keep doing it. I've been having a lot of fun doing that. and collector clubs every other Friday usually. But here lately, we've been going every Friday because my boy D-Runk has been hit me up and saying, let's do a club. So I will be on club tomorrow night probably, and of course church with Bleecker, and I've been in all the other Brother in Arms auctions a little bit. The last one only showed up at the end of it, but I'll probably show up, and I won't be selling anything, I doubt it, but I still like to represent and support my guys, so I'll probably be there too.
All righty. Pop, you didn't get your drama at the end like you tried to do, like a snake in the grass, trying to sow discord in our beautiful quartet of wrestling.
We were actually
fandom.
doing good tonight too, Papa. We were good.
Everything went great tonight until Pop tried to get us all to kill each other.
I know, right?
Maybe some other night, but not because Papa wants me to.
All right. So we'll see you. Those are the places we'll be. Pop, let's wrap it up.
And I'm out too.
Oh my God!
Damn.